Hello everyone, and welcome to my Royal Family Politics channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Flirty answer to William's cheeky double-entendre from Kate, according to an expert. A body language specialist exclusively discussed a tacit signal between William and Kate with Express.co.uk. The princess responded to the prince's cheeky double-entendre in a flirty manner. Kate, Princess of Wales, Prince William, and the other royals attended the Coronation concert at Windsor Castle on Sunday, May 7, 2023. Despite all the emotion during Prince William's moving address about his father, King Charles, body language expert Judy James claimed to have seen a flirtatious gesture between William and his wife. The royal family let loose and danced the night away during the Coronation concert, giving the people a glimpse into their genuine personality. When William jokingly promised in his address that he wouldn't continue all night long following a performance of the song by famous singer Lionel Richie, royal admirers also get a glimpse into William's lighter side. A business decision had definitely been made for the royals to let their hair down at the performance to demonstrate that they can have fun and celebrate like everyone else, according to Judy. It was the conclusion of a long and stressful coronation weekend. Therefore, even if it was a little out of character for William at royal public engagements, this cheeky double-entendre was totally appropriate. The expert noted, his performance was significantly more confident and assertive than normal, and he came on stage to deliver the speech with a pretty smug, concealed smirk on his face. This line about going on all night long did at first sound like nothing more than a rather awkward reference to Lionel Richie's performance, but for anyone not alert enough to pick up on the little extra gags sewn in, there were clues from the royal body language and intonation here, the author writes. The specialist asserted that the prince had adopted a pose and gesticulation that at this point looks a lot like a stand-up comic. His left hand raises with his fingers spread in an announcing gesture to get his audience ready to laugh, while he holds his cards close to his body. He speaks more slowly and starts to speak while suppressing a smile that suggests he's trying not to chuckle. He purses his lips as if still trying to appear serious as he delivers the all-night-long punchline, and then he clamps his lips to signal the crucial pause needed for the audience to burst into laughter. Although the audience did start laughing, Kate's response stood out as being really humorous. The expert claimed that the princess' body language was very revealing of her sentiments regarding every aspect of her husband and his joke. Kate's response is sweet, flirtatious, and priceless, Judy remarked. Her cheeks develop dimples as her nose creases. She has a huge smile on her face and sits back in her chair, but her head is cocked forward and to the side. Her head tilts to the other side before she throws it back and tosses her hair in a flirtatious preening ritual, which appears to demonstrate open enthusiasm for every element of her spouse and his joke. It appears as though she chooses to say "ah" in appreciation for the joke. The rest of the royals laughed heartily at William's joke, including Charles. The Coronation concert provided a terrific opportunity to see the genuine people behind the family. Despite the fact that the royals are frequently constrained by etiquette and their obligations to the nation, William could undergo a drastic change in 8 weeks. A hair expert exclusively discussed Prince William's hair loss and his alternatives with Express.co.uk. It's too late for a hair transplant, according to the specialist. While Prince William always appears elegant and handsome on royal engagements, he has lost a lot of hair over the years. Mark Blake, a renowned trichologist with a stellar international reputation and a Nioxin ambassador, exclusively discussed the prince's balding and the one method he would be able to see a full head of hair with Express.co.uk. Mark said of Prince William to Express.co.uk, Prince William has lost all of his hair on the top of his head and took the decision several years ago to shave the last few straggly bits off. The expert claims that the prince's hair loss is too advanced for one significant procedure. True to his words, Prince William does not have enough donor hair at the back of his head to have a hair transplant. But there are other paths the prince can take if he wants to stop losing his hair. His two alternatives right now are scalp micropigmentation, SMP, which involves tattooing tiny spots onto the scalp to give the appearance that he has very little hair on top of his head, or a hair system, which would be attached onto the top of his head and give him a full head of hair, according to Mark. The specialist also suggested a top product the royal may use to prevent hair loss. If there's one item I'd suggest, it would be Nioxion's anti-hair loss serum, he stated. This hair loss reduction serum has been clinically shown to stop hair loss in its tracks in just 8 weeks, reducing it by 20%. With sandalore, a synthetic sandalwood aroma, caffeine, lauric acid, and niacinamide in their recipe, Nioxin experts think they have created a totally original method of reducing hair loss. The olfactory receptors in hair follicles can smell the scent of sandalore, a synthetic form of sandalwood, according to scientific studies. According to him, the sandaloritim smell stimulates hair follicles, which prolongs hair growth. Hair loss is reduced because the time it takes for hair to fall out is delayed. Prince Harry has noticed some hair loss, but it is not as bad as it was for Mark. Mark predicted that Harry will need to cut off his hair in around 18 months because it is so thin at the moment. He advised Harry to act now to preserve what he's got left by implementing a hair loss prevention regimen. His alternatives are to take the privately prescribed drug finasteride, which in certain circumstances, if started early enough, may be able to stop the hair loss, or to use minoxidil, a topical solution administered daily to slow down hair loss. His hair should have stabilized after 6 months of treatment, giving him the option of how to wear his hair. Mark came to the conclusion that Harry would be able to thicken the top of his hair and enhance his locks with a hair transplant. Mark Blake is a well-known trichologist who also serves as an ambassador for Nioxin. Inch London's founder and renowned hairstylist previously told Express.co.uk about the amazing transformation Harry could make to his appearance, but how it would be too obvious. And Kate Maryberry was compelled to declare the contest a draw. When Prince William and Princess Kate competed against one another to prepare a delicious treat, the master baker saw that both had a competitive spirit. Prince William and Princess Kate's competitive were noticed by Dame Mary Berry when the royal pair appeared on a TV program. As she watched the two prepare and decorate a roulade filled with cream for a BBC Christmas special, the 88-year-old said that she had such fun with them. A Berry Royal Christmas, a Christmas special from the BBC, featured Mary and the Prince and Princess of Wales in the past. But the well-known baker claimed on BBC Radio 4's Today show that she observed the two comparing their work to see who was doing better. She joked that she called it a draw because she didn't want to get into any disputes about which one was the best, which she later admitted was a diplomatic cop-out. Speaking in advance of this weekend's King Charles coronation ceremony, she recalled the moment she first met William and Catherine while working on the show that aired in 2019, saying, "I've had such fun with William and Catherine. The best roulade, a fiendishly challenging to roll meringue filled with cream and curd, was up for grabs between William and Kate." The Great British Bake Off champion, Nadia Hussain, a cook and author, assisted the prince in completing the job in 2015. Mary was supervising Kate at work, whom she characterized as practical, fun, and absolutely delightful. "They are becoming a little bit competitive," Mary continued. "It was a small competition where they were making a roulade packed with strawberries, cream, and other stuff. I can tell you they kept looking to see who was doing better than the other one," she continued. "I had to make a decision. What would you do if they were nearly identical? I declared a draw." In a show footage, William interrupts and responds, "Ah," as she declares a draw. However, they all laughed when Mary remarked, "I'm not quarreling with either of you." She concurred with Michelle Hussain, the interviewer for the Today program, that her choice was a diplomatic get-out. On a few royal engagements throughout the years, William and Kate's rivalry was on display. At a neighborhood spin studio in Port Talbot, Wales, In February of this year, William and Kate engaged in a competition known as a spin fight. Both participants worked up a sweat during the 45-second endurance race, which Kate won. She claimed the tiny prize and patted the prince on the back in appreciation. The two have also participated in sailing competitions on multiple occasions, including the 2019 King's Cup Regatta, which the prince and his crew won. During the contentious Platinum Jubilee trip of the Caribbean in March of last year, the pair took part in another regatta, when William triumphed once more after they encountered a downpour. William and Kate have a fierce rivalry, even when they are not actively participating themselves, as was shown earlier this year when they were cheering on their respective teams. When they went to watch England versus Wales in the Six Nations, it was challenging because Kate is a patron of the English Rugby Football Union, and William is a supporter of the Welsh Rugby Union. The Prince of Wales predicted that Kate would not handle the possibility of England losing well before the game, which Wales ultimately lost 10-20. "It will be a stressful drive home for the victor," he said. "My wife won't talk to me if we win today. The night will be tense." Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.